Welcome back to the 6th Gear Garage. Today, I'm going to install a new mechanical fuel pump on this 22R engine. First sign of a bad fuel pump is dripping fuel. And as you can see, it's leaking directly under the fuel pump. So it's time for a replacement. Look at all this grime here. Some of that's from the valve cover. But look back here, especially where it's more yellow. That's all leaking fuel. That's from the fan blowing it back. If you look down here, that's a lot of fuel leakage as well. All wet. First, I like to clean up the area around the fuel pump so no dirt falls in when I remove it. And I'm just hosing it down with some degreaser. I got this new one from Rock Auto. It has the line coming in, a return line on the top, and line to the carb. I just want to make sure I don't mix any of these lines up. This is not an OEM fuel pump. It might look different than yours, so be sure to double check and mark your lines. These two lines on the left are very similar and coming from the same area. This one is my incoming line. Mark this guy yellow. Now I won't get them mixed up after I remove the pump. Incoming, return to carb. I've removed the clamps and hoses. I have all three hoses removed from the pump, and there's two 12mm bolts down there holding the pump to the head. Now it's ready to come off. Give it a wiggle. So comparing the new with the old here, notice the old one took most of the paper gasket with it. And back up here, on the other side of this paper gasket, is a spacer. And the spacer determines how much the mechanical arm on the pump will move, which it will move less if it's farther away from the cam. Without this spacer here, it's going to be pumping way too much fuel. So be sure not to toss that spacer if it comes off with the old pump. Now, here's the arm. This rides on a lobe on the front of the cam. Pretty simple design. I need to scrape off what's left of the old gasket. Because this new pump is bone dry, these lubricate from the oil in the engine. I'm going to put a little oil on the pivot points, just so that first start isn't a dry one. I just want to make sure not to get any oil on the mating surface. New gasket, and hold it in place with one hand and thread these 12mm bolts in with the other. Just getting them both finger tight for now, and then go back and tighten them down with the ratchet. So I have the return hose here and the incoming hose here, and it's a little short because the old pump was a little different. Those two lines were opposite. So I need a longer fuel hose, and this is 1/4 inch inner diameter fuel hose. The whole roll of 25 feet was cheaper on Amazon than 10 feet from the parts store. I'll put a link in the description. It's pressure rated for carb rated, but not fuel injection. First, let's get the old hose out of here. It's on there pretty good. Give it some twists. And there she is. Take these clamps from the old hose and put it on the new hose. I'm gonna go 1 inch longer here. Slide this clamp up a bit. A little bit of the old Haktua. Getting this clamp in place is kind of a pain in the ass. Definitely a tight space. Get some Nature's Lube on the hose here and the clamp. I'm just gonna slide on the hard line for now. And now, hose go on. Oh dang, I barely made it long enough. An extra inch would have been nice. That's what she said. I'll do this clamp later so it's not in the way. Now the return hose. Old clamp off, clamp on the hard line. Haktua, and slide and clamp. And now I'll do the clamp on the incoming line. And last, I have the clamp for the line going to the carb. Done. Now, test time. I wouldn't inspect all the lines for any leaks. Looks good. Be sure to check down here too. All good. And that's how to replace the fuel pump on a 22R engine. Thanks for watching.